Hi, my name is Jamie, and this is video number 2 in a series on my experiences with lucid dreaming, astral projection, and out-of-body experiences. So there is an intro video that comes before this if you want to check it out. If not, that's fine. So where we left off was basically I had the vibration stage of astral projection unknowingly, and I had done some research, and so I looked into what it was and I studied it for a lot, like pretty much every day, all day. I would read anything I could get my hands on. Most of the time I would just look in the back of the book for the answer of like how to do it. I didn't have any patience about it. I wanted to do it. So what happened was is that over the course of 3 or 4 months I became incredibly skilled at lucid dreaming, and my dream recall was off the charts. And I always kind of looked back on the vibration stage that I had experienced, and I thought, well, it'll come, or they say it takes a while, and I think I was just a little bit nervous, to be honest. So anyways, my sleep pattern was really important at that time, because what I was able to do was, my job was very flexible. So I could get up at 7 and then maybe go back to bed till even like 8:30 or 9. And that to me was really why I was so successful, I think, because that's just an incredible capability to have, I know. And I didn't have small children. So anyways, what happened was basically I would start getting lucid probably every other day. And I would do a lot of things like jump off buildings. I remember once I manifested a puppy, and it was so real and amazing, and the experience just was incredible to manifest these things in a dream. At the time I was wearing a watch that would vibrate every hour and doing reality checks pretty much every hour and reading anything I could get my hands on, so I was pretty immersed in it. So one time I was in a lucid dream, and that's what this video is going to be about, is my experience where I met my spirit guides. And at the time, I didn't even really know what that meant. I was reading things and just kind of taking it all in. So I had gotten lucid, and I was in the house that I grew up in, and my mom was there, along with a couple of other people, and it really occurred to me, who are these people? They shouldn't be in this house. They're claiming that it's their own, and that's what triggered my lucidity. And so I said, wait a minute, this is a dream, and so very easily moved into a lucid dream. And what I had been working on at that time was eliminating all of my dream characters. And so what I would say out loud is, if you are a dream character, go away. And I would often be left in an empty room. So many times I would just be standing alone in an empty room. And that's what happened here. And my mom disappeared. She was very clearly a part of my psyche that was just there. And so I was in an empty room. And I thought, gosh, well, what do I do now? So I said, well, take me to the ocean. I want to go to the ocean. And I said it with a lot of conviction. I want to go to the ocean. I want to go to the ocean. And nothing happened. And if you've ever lucid dreamed, you know that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and it can be really frustrating, especially when you want to do something and it doesn't happen, and you work so hard to become lucid. So I got very frustrated, and I got a little cocky about it, kind of like. And the thing is that I always, in the back of my mind, I knew that something would happen if I had asked to see my spirit guides. And again, I didn't even really know what that meant. But I always knew that something would happen. And so I was holding a Starbucks cup, and I just kind of said, screw it. And I just threw the Starbucks cup across the wall. Like, I was so frustrated. I threw it against the wall, and I said, let's do this. And I just started a mantra of like, really, really, really strong. I want to meet my spirit guides. I want to meet my spirit guides. And I closed my eyes, and all of a sudden I could feel the vibrations starting, and kind of this overall tingling and really something building. And so I just kept at it, and I closed my eyes, and I could feel myself move into the fetal position, which is sort of what I was in my bed. So I'm in the fetal position, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, hands are on my shoulders and hands are on my ankles. And there's somebody directly in front of me, and there's somebody directly behind me. And it's like visceral, out of nowhere, hands on me. And in the span of probably about 5 or 6 seconds, the following takes place. I hear a man in front of me talk to a man behind me and say, and now my eyes are still closed. I haven't the courage to open them. But the man in front of me says something along the lines of, "It's okay, calm down, you're fine, we're here." And the guy behind says, "It's gonna be fine." And then they're kind of like discussing together as well. And I open my eyes just a little bit, and I see the outline of a man in front of me, very clearly outside of myself. And I was so, I mean, my heart was coming out of my chest. I was so overwhelmed, and I will say I was scared. So I just sort of said, in kind of a fumbled way, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I'm sorry." And I forced my eyes to open in my bedroom, almost painfully tried to force my eyes open. And in the room, and my eyes are open and I'm in my bedroom, the whole room is covered in lights, little lights everywhere. And also are 2 giant fireballs also there. And so I wake up, and I'm kind of like this, and I wake up and I see all these lights, and I'm looking around, and I look over to the window and I see these fireballs, and one kind of moves out of the window, but it was almost like I blinked, and it was just gone. And just like the vibration state, I remember, I mean, my heart is coming out of my chest. I am so overwhelmed. I mean, it was incredibly intense. That was a turning point for me where there was literally no going back. You can't have these experiences and not be changed for the rest of your life. In a good way, but it is. It's very. It can be frightening. So, yeah, and again, I got very tired. I just got so tired, and I remember I had trained myself so much to stay alert during lucid moments, and you just get overwhelmed with tiredness, and you feel a bit drugged, at least in my experience, and so I just went right back to bed, and that happens to me a lot with these experiences. But anyways, so I woke up, and the first thing on my mind was, whoa, I can't believe that just happened. And so that is my story for video number 2 on meeting my spirit guides, briefly. And I hope that helps someone in their own journey. So thank you so much for listening, and this is hopefully going to be video number 2 of a 10 or 12 part video series about my experiences, and thank you for listening.